We're all still basking in the glow of the U.S. women's soccer team, a World Cup win, and now with the new coach and new mindset. How is the team preparing for the 2020 Summer Olympics?
Good question.
Joining us now is master of social media takeovers, queen of the soft smile,
yes.
U.S. women's national soccer star, Allie Long. Allie, we're so happy to have you here with us today. 2020 just around the corner. So how do you transition from being in that World Cup mindset to that Olympic mindset?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I think that this camp, we just got out of our last final camp, ending out the 2019 year, and our focus in this camp was basically being able to transition from such a high and being like, okay, you won the World Cup, great, but now it's like, let's get it together, and as soon as January 4th, 5th comes, this is like Olympic time. So this camp, we really focus on kind of just like switching the mentality, and I think it really helped and kind of set us new to start like the new year fresh.
Yeah, and you guys have a new coach now. Jill Ellis no longer there anymore. Your former Reign FC coach is now taking over the reins.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that transition's going to go from Jill Ellis to him and in preparation for this?
So I think Vlatko's one of the best coaches that I've ever played for, so I'm so excited for him to be able to be in this role and be able to just develop every single player. I think he'll get the best out of the vets, and I think he'll develop the youth. And I think that there's such a misconception that when you get to the national team that you're the best of the best. You don't need to learn anything new. And I think what makes everyone on the team so special is that we never want to stop learning, and we want to continue to be the best we've ever been. And it's kind of
Which is hard because you guys are already there.
Yeah, well, it's such a hard mentality. It makes our team so competitive, and it pushes everyone to be their best. So the environment is already there, and I think he's just going to come in and kind of be there to kind of guide each player, sharpen the vets, make them the best they've ever been, and kind of just continue to develop the youth. So he's going to have a huge role, and I think the girls really like him so far, and of course I've known him, so I've already am a fan. I'm a little biased, but yeah, I'm excited for him to take on this role and see what he can do.
Such a good attitude to have is wanting to continuously improve. So for yourself next year, what are some personal goals you have in terms of becoming an even better player in 2020?
So I think the end of 2018, I had an injury leading from 2018 into 2019. So I actually wasn't sure if I was even going to make the World Cup roster. And so I kind of had a weird, I didn't envision the World Cup as coming from an injury and being like a substitute. So I think my goal is kind of just to come back as a starter, to be the best player that I possibly can be, and be someone that can be a really good leader for the youth, and just a leader for our team, and kind of, you know, just grow as a player and become the best midfielder that I can possibly be.
Yeah. And one of the things we love about all of you guys on the women's soccer team is this, you know, the fight that you guys have been doing for equal pay. How do you kind of keep that going and continue to tell everybody about the importance of women in sports?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we're so passionate. We're so blessed to have this platform to be able to say what we want and to stand up for what we believe in. And I think it's at this point just like in us that we were once little girls that looked up to Mia Hamm and the Brandy Chastains, Julie Foudy's, and we wish that we could be them someday. So now that we're in our role, in their role that we were dreaming of, you know, it's kind of just like a woman who has a platform. It's like their duty and their responsibility, and we take that on, and we love it. And I think that, you know, it's not always easy because our focus is always on the field first.
Right.
But this is something that's like been a part of us, and you know, we're so proud to kind of pave that path, and I don't think that we will ever stop until we see equality.
You guys have kind of become icons in that push to have equal pay overall. Do you feel like you've already inspired other young women or other people to kind of speak out more on this issue, because it has been such a public fight that your team has been fighting? For
sure. I think that this World Cup was so historical and iconic in a way that it was more than what was going on in the field. It was about equality and about women in sports and about dreaming big and becoming everything you've ever wanted and witnessing that. So I think it wasn't even just a national impact that we made. I really feel that we had like a global impact. And you know, I think women all over are kind of seeing that we've come together and we have each other's back and we're unified and we're like fighting this together, and it's kind of inspired, I think, other girls to feel comfortable knowing that like they're seeing other people sticking up for what they believe in, knowing their worth, knowing they deserve more, and kind of like, you know, just going for it. And I think that it is really hard and it is scary for a lot of women who are unsure of what could be the outcome. But I think like being unified in it together and you're doing everything as a front, as one, it's so much more powerful.
Yeah.
Our viewers could probably see on your finger this giant rock that is there. We remember, of course, that fascinating story with you.
It was like popping my collar.
Yes, as you pop it up, make sure the ring is like right there while you're doing it.
I was making sure.
But you were robbed after the World Cup,
Yeah.
and your wedding ring was stolen, and you teamed up with Great Heights to get this replaced.
Yeah.
Explain to our viewers how that process took place, what happened, so that way you have that now.
Yeah, so if you want to take a
Look
look.
at that. If it doesn't
Yeah.
bling out the cameras, it's still blinging.
No, but basically, I think it got pretty public that my ring was robbed after the ESPY show, and it was so sad at that time. It was such a high of winning the World Cup. We won Best Team. We were at the ESPYs. You know, we were celebrating, and then to all of a sudden feel like one of the most meaningful things to you, probably besides the FIFA gold medal, like it has been stolen. You know, I was so devastated, and I think that the relationship that my agency Wasserman and Great Heights have together, they kind of came together and, you know, developed this relationship with myself, and it was really, really fun. They kind of just gave me free rein to they wanted to simulate what I had, but also like added something to it, and so it was like really, really so generous of them, and it's a beautiful ring, and I'm so thankful.
Gorgeous.
I finally have it. Everyone's like on my team, they're like, "Are you ever getting a ring?" I'm like, "It's secret. It's
coming.
coming."
The process was seamless, technology driven.
Oh,
was that
yeah,
part of what drew you
so
to them?
Great Heights is so cool in how they're kind of pushing this new eco-friendly just diamond jewelry, like where you can get anything, and it's so beautiful. And I think that the thing that I love about it is that it's eco-friendly and it's like harm-free, and you know, I just
It's
love
gorgeous.
everything about it, and it's beautiful. So
Yes, it is.
so happy
and you
for
know what?
you.
You designed it,
Yes.
so that's the most
Yeah.
important part.
Amazing.
you.
That's U.S. Women's National Soccer player Allie Long. Allie, thank you again for your
thank you
time
so
today.
much. I had so much fun.